Okay, Johns Hopkins, Blue Jay Racing. You have 10 minutes. Take it away.
Hi, my name is John Moore, and this is Eleanor Callahan. We're from Blue Jay Racing in Baltimore, Maryland, and we think that we have an exciting new product for you. Here to talk more about it, Eleanor.
So the ATV market is thriving in the world today, but many gaps still exist for the high-end sporting enthusiasts that we intend to fill with our brand new product, the 15X. The traditional UTV works pretty effectively as an off-road vehicle, but it suffers from two distinct disadvantages. First, its large size makes it unable to navigate through narrow trails, and second, its relatively slow acceleration due to its large mass. The other option, the ATV, still suffers from the slow acceleration because it also has a large mass, but it also lacks the roll cage necessary for navigating through treacherous terrain. At Blue Jay Racing, we're fixing this problem. We've fundamentally rethought what the ideal off-road vehicle should be, and based on our experience with Baja SAE, we've decided the Baja car is the perfect cross between the side-by-side and the ATV. The 15X provides our drivers with an extremely comfortable driving experience. The 15X is more maneuverable and is extremely lightweight than anything else in the market today, and we're just trying to provide our customers with the optimal driving experience.
In order to provide the optimal driving experience for our drivers, we've selected 3 distinct trim levels: speed, sport, and race. So the driving experience starts on our website, where customers can pick options such as their trim level, their color, their interior options, and most importantly, cup holders. So right now at Blue Jay Racing, we're a company of about 20 dedicated engineers and post-Baja members. We have collected $200,000 among us to start a small company, obtain an office, and build a prototype. Right now, we have the prototype, and we're asking for $2 million today in exchange for 25% of the company. With this $2 million, we will set up a small manufacturing facility, hire necessary labor, and begin a production run of 4,000 Baja vehicles.
So just some market analysis to make sure that we can actually sell 4,000 Baja vehicles. So the ATV market is a large consumer-oriented one valued at $4.9 billion today, with about a 6% profit margin. This market is experiencing a 2.8% growth annually, and this is largely due to an increase in the disposable personal income per capita and the stabilizing price of steel worldwide. We also expect to see a large increase in ATV exports, where sales in the next couple of years are going to reach $1.3 billion, making up 26.6% of the market. So the ATV market is a highly concentrated one with 3 main players, Polaris, Honda, and John Deere, taking up 75% of it. However, the technological barriers to entry are relatively low, allowing niche manufacturers like ourselves to carve out a small portion of the market. So the recreational user of ATVs dominate the market. They take up 70.4% of it. And so that is going to be our main target customer. So we're looking for an off-road sporting enthusiast who's between the age of 25 and 45 years old. These enthusiasts are going to be more likely to push their cars to the limits of what any off-road vehicle can do, and they're going to be more likely to break components. And so that's why we're offering an OEM parts replacement and upgrades program, and users of this program will comprise our secondary target market.
In addition to the market analysis, we've done a SWOT analysis of our company. So our strengths include our unique market niche. Right now in the market, no one else produces a vehicle quite like ours in both size and performance. Our second strength is that we do have superior performance compared to all other vehicles. We have good acceleration, good top speed, and great maneuverability. In addition to this, we have some weaknesses of analysis. The side-by-side offers more functionality than the 15X Blue Jay Racing vehicle. You can fit 2 people in a side-by-side where we can only fit 1. And the side-by-side will offer a drop bed usually where we don't have large cargo space. In addition to this, the Blue Jay Racing vehicle can be more expensive than other options like the Polaris Razor, depending on the options chosen on either vehicle. The opportunities in this market are large for us. We have the opportunity to be the last word in one-person performance recreational off-road vehicles because there really isn't anyone out there right now who's doing the same thing as us. And finally, our threats are that all ATVs are disposable income products by their nature. People don't need ATVs, so if they don't have the disposable income to pay for them, they won't be buying them. In addition, market fluctuations will affect us. Should the price of steel rise significantly, then our manufacturing costs will go up. And again, if people don't have enough income, they can't buy our vehicles. So with your $2 million today, just to go back for a little financial analysis, we'll be spending $300,000 per year on rents, utilities, and insurance for a manufacturing facility, and an additional $200,000 to outfit it with a Haas CNC lathe and mill, an Omax water jet cutter, And in addition to this, we'll be making nodal frame jigs to aid in the welding of our tubular frame. Our next largest expenditure is labor, which will be $1 million per year. Now we estimate this will hire about 20 machinists in Baltimore where we're located, or fewer machinists and more low-skilled labor to help assemble the final product. And then our largest expenditure is going to be $47 million in the first year for raw materials. This will build 4,000 Baja vehicles. And you see in the second year our price goes down because our manufacturing process will become more streamlined and we'll just get better at doing what we do. Now, how are we going to get the word out about this? Eleanor has a really loud voice, so that'll help a lot, and she has a great manufacturing plan. Sorry, marketing plan.
So, like I said before, we have an OEM parts replacement and upgrades program. So, users of this program comprise our secondary target market. So basically what this is users, once they break parts, they're looking for a new and improved component. We will send them a Blue Jay Racing component, and so this will do two things for us. It's going to establish our name in the market, just because now we're getting our name out there. And also, it's going to make these users more likely to purchase a Blue Jay Racing vehicle in the future.
And just to clarify, these are all Polaris. These aren't Blue Jays.
So our marketing strategy is based entirely upon gaining a strong enthusiast following. So we're doing this with our Design and Drive 12-month-long campaign. So this is a two-pronged approach. The first prong is going to be a strong marketing campaign, and so we're going to do this with magazines, Facebook, and email. So we'll be taking out ads in ATV Illustrated, ATV Rider, and Dirt Wheels. Due to the relatively low cost in taking out magazine ads in the modern age, we'll be taking out full-page ads in all three of these magazines' monthly issues for the duration of our 12-month-long Design and Drive campaign. Next, we're going to be using Facebook's advanced analytics and the world's largest database for advertising to further target our potential customers. So Facebook has incredibly tight restrictions as to who's shown our ad, so we can be sure that the only people who see them are between the ages of 25 and 45 and are looking to purchase an off-road vehicle. So these tight restrictions and having access to this massive database of people generally leads to an ROI of over 300% just from these ads. So finally, we're going to be using email to just further update our customers. So we'll be sending out monthly newsletters, just updating them on the latest news in the Blue Jay Racing community.
And so that brings us to the second part of our Design and Drive campaign. This is more of an incentives program. So for the first 2 months of the program, we'll be offering 0% financing for all customers who order a vehicle then. And in addition to this, we'll be offering limited free upgrades, whereby the first 100 customers in the first 2 months will receive one free upgrade from Blue Jay Racing. This could be anything from carbon fiber suspension kit to a subwoofer if you really need speakers while you're out on the trail. And just for a little bit of schedule, the Design and Drive campaign will run for 12 months. Specifically, the 0% financing and the limited free upgrades will only run for the first 2 months, however. All capital expenditures will be made in February, so the second month of the first year, and manufacturing process will begin in March. The company will turn a $1.1 million profit in the second year, and you can see here that your ROI becomes positive in the 10th month of the second year, with the company's value being established using an EBITDA multiplier. So thank you all very much for listening to our presentation. We at Blue Jay Racing have created the most capable off-road vehicle on the market right now, and we hope that you share our enthusiasm in creating an off-road vehicle by enthusiasts for enthusiasts.
Okay, our second sales finalist is Baja ETS.
Okay, I'm gonna be your timer. I'm gonna give you a 2-minute warning. I'm just gonna go like this, and then I'll give you one. Whenever you're ready.
Hi and welcome to the Baja ETS sales presentation. Myself, Gabriel, and my colleague here, Etienne, will present to you our investment opportunity. To start off, we'll be talking about the market, followed by our product, the operation plan, our marketing strategy, and finally our financial analysis that we've done on our company. We are asking you for an investment of $1.52 million in exchange of 40% shares in our company, which will give you a high return on investment as well as an investment in a growing market. Talking about this market, it's the off-roading market. The off-roading market is a really big market. It's $6 billion in annual revenue that is majorly split between 5 big companies. The use cases for off-roading vehicles is really, there's sports, recreation, and utility. There's a few others, but these are the main ones. We are really aiming towards the sports as well as a little bit into the recreation uses. And based off multiple reports, during the period of 2019 to 2025, there's an estimated 5% compounded annual growth rate in this market, where 57% of the market shares will be in North America, which is why we are only launching in North America and not worldwide. With these information in hand, we went to the 2019 Montreal Auto Show, where we surveyed people passing by our kiosks to know what they wanted to see in a product like ours, as terms of pricings, accessories, and most important aspects. The persona for our survey were males, 71% males from 18 to 35 years old, which is really our target customers, young adult males. And in terms of pricing, they didn't want to break the bank buying an off-road vehicle, but at the same time, they didn't want too cheap of a product. So they were willing to pay between $8,500 to $9,500, accessories included. And the most important aspects for them was really the performance, followed by safety, ergonomics, and utility. At the moment on the market, there's no real competitor to what we have to offer. The closest thing to what we have to offer is the single-seater ATV with a roll cage from Polaris, which is the RZR RS1. There's some major difference, such as this one is a lot heavier, it's higher off the ground, it has a lot more power, and the price is almost twice higher than what we have to offer, which is at $8,400. Now Etienne will show you what our product is.
So for our car, we really want to have a race-ready, aggressive-looking car that offers a dynamic driving experience from its low center of gravity, and it's also really important to us to have race-tested safety features. So for the safety features themselves, well, we have a 5-point harness that has also armed restraints, as well as a fire extinguisher. We also have a firewall to protect the driver from any fires that could happen in the engine area. And we also have a roll cage that can withstand many rollovers. For the product reliability, well, we've been making this car since 1989. So for 30 years, we've been making many iterations of this car to make sure that it's as reliable and as performing as possible. Also, all of our parts are FEA verified, and we also do worst case scenarios, load case confirmed testing during countless testing days, as well as many 4-hour endurance races. For the technology, well, we have our own patented technology that is the EVT, so the electronic variable transmission. This allows us to have many modes for the transmissions, for example, a sled pull mode, a launch control, a hill climb mode, and also different modes for different weather conditions. We also, well, this greatly enhanced the efficiency of the transmission. This also gives us on-the-spot tuning and also updatable software within the transmission. For the product pricing, well, we really want to give a high-quality car for the lowest price as possible. So right now the price is at $8,400. We also have a variety of accessories available for the car, for example, light bar, windshields, or speakers. We also have a base warranty of 12 months on the car, but we want to offer an extended warranty of 12, 24, or 36 months. This would allow us to get a 20% margin of profit after the dealer's cut on the extended warranty. For our operation plan, well, the company is based in Montreal in Quebec, and we are planning on staying there because we have access to many startup incubator center as well as government grants. There's also a really strong aeronautic manufacturing presence in Quebec, so this also gives us R&D support. And we also have really skilled laborers from the 11 universities that are in Quebec. In our facilities, we will only be doing the assembly by outsourcing the parts to all of our trusted partners. So this really reduces the required investment. We also have a 6-step assembly plan that has quality control over all the received parts, as well as on the sub-assemblies and the final assembly. And if you want to see our manufacturer layout, well, we have a really large stock room, as well as many assembly lines for all of the subsystems. And we still have offices for the engineers because we're still going to be doing R&D on the actual car. So I will let Gabriel continue with the marketing strategies.
Thank you, Etienne. To start off the marketing strategy, we will be participating in at least 18 ATV and outdoor shows across North America. We will also be offering demo days at participating retailers so the public can have a hands-on experience with our vehicle. At the same time, there's going to be a big push on social medias where we'll be really interacting with the public on our social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, talking to them, commenting, putting out some small contests for fan-made media that will be then published to our fans. And right before launching our product, we will invite the top 6 motovloggers from YouTube to come to our facility to an all-expenses paid weekend where they will be able to, from the first day, do a visit of our facility and we will show them what we are doing there. And the second day, it's going to be a riding day where they'll be able to have a hands-on experience on the car, During the whole weekend, they'll be able to film everything, do a vlog that they will be able to post on their individual channels. Their channels have a total reach of about 5 million people, and their subscribers are mostly our target customers from our young males. So this is a really easy way to show off our confidence in our product and what our product has to offer to our target customers. Following this, once the product has launched, we will be doing the Baja ETS Championship, which consists of an 8-race weekend during a year across all of North America, where anyone with a Baja ETS vehicle can participate in it. It's free to entry if you have a Baja ETS vehicle, and it's open to everyone. So it can be a father and a son coming to have a fun weekend, a group of friends, or even a motorsports team taking it a little bit more serious. At the end of this championship, we have a few sponsors already lined up for each event, and some partners. And at the end of everything, there's going to be some prizes. And at the end of the full championship, there's going to be some bigger prizes such as accessories from us. Now, for the distribution part of our plan, we are planning on using existing dealers where we will offer them a healthy 20% margin on all vehicles sold, as well as a 30% margin on parts and accessories. This is a little bit higher than most known brands because we need to incentivize the dealers to sell our product. We will also be offering sales training sessions to the sales staff so they know what they're talking about when they're speaking to the clients about our product. And finally, we will also be offering technician accreditation, so when there's maintenance done on our vehicle, it's done as we intended it. At the beginning of the presentation, we passed around full financial analysis we've made on our company. Sorry if there's a few, we wouldn't expect all these people. Like Etienne said earlier, we are expecting retail price of $8,400. This includes a manufacturing cost of $5,520, which gives us a profit after dealership cut of $1,200. Also, based on our Montreal Auto Show I talked about earlier, we are expecting a sales of about $1,200 in accessories at the time of the sale of the vehicle. And after 6 months of ownership, an estimate of $19 per month in terms of maintenance for oil change, tire changes, and everything like that. In the financial analysis, it's shown that we are requiring an initial investment to buy all the machinery and buy the buildings and everything of $1.61 million. That after this, it's going to be a monthly fees of $172,000 at a 2.5% inflation rate, which gives us a break even after 28 months. To put all this together with the purchases for the normal work, we are requiring a funding of $3.8 million, which we have already secured a bank loan for $2.28 million, which is why we are asking you for $1.52 million in exchange of 40% of the shares in our company. This gives you a return on investment after 5 years of 43% and an internal rate of return after 5 years of 21%. All this put together based off our research, our market research, our product quality, our innovative technology, as well as our production plan, our robust marketing strategy, and our economic viability, there is no reason you shouldn't invest in Baja ETS. Thank you.
Very good.
The precision of a watch, the durability of a backhoe, the finesse of a stag and the speed of your wildest dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what Team Saksham International is all about. I'm Riya Yadav, the Marketing Director. This is Samir Asthana, our Business Development Director, and he, Mr. Aditya Asbe, is our Business Analyst. Today, we are here to introduce you to a flourishing world of all-terrain vehicles, which we feel would be fodder for your predilection for investments. But why this ATV vertical might strike as a question. This niche market is expecting a growth of 145% from 2017 to 2027. The Asia-Pacific market for the same is to exhibit a CAGR of over 6.7%, and hence there are ample revenue opportunities for us to grab. Now, let's have a brief overview of the target market that we wish to conquer. We'll start with the agriculture sector. Our main focus is to take over the market that power trailers currently hold, and its primary use in hilly regions. The Highland American Legion State Forest is one of the largest forests in the world, which has promoted the idea of exclusively using ATVs for defense purposes. Such initiatives make it satisfactorily clear that the requirement of ATV is huge in defense, such as border patrol, intra-base transportation, and post-conflict regions. Now, let's digress to the leisurely utilizations of ATV. ATV which offer a thrill of a ride and short safety. Coming to the competitive side of things. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the international ATV competitions. Hasn't your adrenaline increased while watching an ATV race? The mud flying, the bumps, the drifts, the turns? Well, you could be the one sitting there experiencing that jolt of electricity. As the number of ATV races across the sphere keep increasing, we are sure that this market will become global. Design is not simply art, it is elegance of function. Coming to the most integral part which sets us apart from our competitors, the product overview. Meet Mr. Patel, a man in his late 20s with a penchant for flying dirt, a man very choosy about things and prefers comfort, and a man with a good wage and a bit of extra income to utilize. Now, Mr. Patel wonders what it would be like in a very real sense to own an all-terrain vehicle. He also probably dreams of becoming a competitive driver one day. But he's confused. Let's sway away his thinking by showing him how our ATV stands strong both in terms of finance and function. We'll start with the comfort and ergonomics of the vehicle. The seat angle is 17 degrees, thereby providing lumbar support. An ergonomic braking system due to driver-comfortable pedal design. The entire steering and drive axle assembly is disintegrable, thus providing easy replacement to damaged modules. Continuous variable transmission rules out the taxing shifting of gears, and hence there won't be an impediment in the driver's comfort. There will be data acquisition systems in place to provide real-time data for R&D, which will also be available to the driver for his general information. One of the most imperative factors, safety. A stopping distance of 10 meters attributed to a stellar braking system. The driver will have extensive control over the maneuverability of the vehicle owing to the excellent steering wheel diameter of 230 mm. The steering, my apologies. The suspension parts ensure comfortable ride and the stability of the product. Now, Mr. Patel would wonder the source of our confidence pertaining to the durability and performance of the product. In answer to his question, our prototype has been tested for over 600 hours on challenging terrains. Each and every constituent part goes through a static structural analysis, and we have thus come up with a hefty, staunch and an accordant product which is difficult for a single person to wrap their heads around. Hence, I'd like to call upon Mrs. Samira Sana to brief you up with further information.
Now let's talk about the production plan for our company. We will be setting up a company headquartered in Chengalpattu in Chennai for one main reason, the Auto Policy of Tamil Nadu 2014. Under this, we would have access to 3 ports for any trade of materials with specific no-car restrictions 24/7. This would also help us in getting skilled manpower and subsidized rates, cheap provisions for electricity, water, waste management and transportation, essential for a cornerstone single-window system. Our state-of-the-art production line will run in a cyclic manner to maximize efficiency. We will adopt the just-in-time manufacturing technique for our OEM products that essentially saves inventory time and cost. A centrally placed inventory that facilitates access to raw materials and easy storage of parts and assembly at any stage of manufacturing. The machine line will follow a steady influx of components, at the end of which the final product will be ready. This prototype will then be tested on our customized testing track to ensure that everything is foolhardy and ready to race. This is the testing track. We will be setting up 4 distribution centers across the country to cater to the demands of the people, and each distributor will earn $300 in every unit that they sell. Moving on, next up is the economics of everything that we would have to consider for setting up this company. The first set of investment that we would have to make would be to purchase the land required, construction of different buildings within this area, and setting up the production and assembly machinery. We have also allotted a significant amount of the marketing procedures because we opine that an extraordinary product deserves extraordinary recognition. You could call us old school or show offs in that sense. But cumulatively, this would amount to $5.4 million. We've set this purchase per unit at $2,000 considering the low cost of aluminium and other raw materials in the country. Now, the total annual cost incurred would be the sum of the depreciation on various infrastructure, the repair of machinery, the administrative expenses, the interest on the loan, and the components and raw materials per unit. Dividing this value by 4,000, the cost price per unit would be $2,350. And by selling initially at a profit of 110%, which we are certain that we backed up by the remarkable quality of our product, the selling price per unit would be $4,940. Now, moving on, considering all of this, I am proud to tell you that our break-even will occur at the end of the second year of operation. And if this sounds too good to be true, I am sure that the handouts will clear all the doubts in your mind. Now, we are seeking $12.5 million in exchange for 33% stake in the establishment, along with a $200 royalty on every unit that is sold for a period of 3.5 years. In initial public offering as an exit strategy in case of the worst case scenarios, wherein we float a certain percentage of our company's shares in the market and the public. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Striking the right chord when we're investing in the brand's awareness, brand strengthening, and brand expansion. We need to make sure that we reach out to the Patels of the world. Starting with brand awareness, we could collaborate with the automotive clubs of top 50 colleges in the country, thereby enabling the youth to come up with eclectic ideas for the future of this domain. Apart from that, using social media platforms for our brand names, such as Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Use of automotive expo platforms in India as well as abroad. Now sliding down to the brand strengthening sector. Vocational training to semi-skilled laborers around the company setup will make a significant difference in a domain that has such a dominant share in our market, since the social image is analogous to a brand image in the current times. Then again, another potential marketing strategy would be to portray our car in the ultimate grand tour, where the car is put through severe conditions and the whole journey is broadcasted. This will show the people that we deliver what we promise. Yet another potential marketing strategy would be to use a lot of platforms to feature our vehicle. This will make a mark on the people's mind. Another potential marketing strategy would be to host a non-profit branding event for war veteran amputees, thereby enabling an entire domain in itself. Now to the last segment, that is brand expansion. This is the potential market that this ATV industry can tap, and we are sure that with these development projections, this company is sure to go global. Thank you.